Good morning, third grade. Today is Tuesday, February 4th, 2020. Let's take a look at our agenda for the day. Hey. All right, always and forever. Homeroom first. My planner, I did A yesterday, so let's do B today. All right. Spelling, unless you were excused. Today is rainbow words or whatever spelling practice you would like to do. For vocabulary, matching, unless you're excused from vocabulary, and you could do the matching, whatever vocabulary review you prefer. Reading, you're going to do what do I know, what would I like to know. Grammar, unless you were excused, identify synonyms for adjectives. Writing, descriptive poem graphic organizer. Other ELA today is handwriting. Math, for my Math B kiddos, you're doing your first round of IXL practice. And my Math A kiddos, I'll double check, but I believe you're doing your second round of Splash Learn. And then social studies, you are wrapping up the lesson 21.1 for page 3, and completing the assignment for 21.1 pages 4 and 5, so you'll be able to turn that in today. And then your spelling words and vocabulary words are, of course, at the bottom. So the Learning Lab schedule today from 10:30 to 11:30, I have my K through 4 kids via Zoom, so you can pop in for some homework help. On Friday, I'm going to change to be determined because if I have enough RSVPs, I will be at the Altoona Library from 9 to noon. So I'll fix that there. But I have to have at least one RSVP to go, so that might change. So morning work and message. So, today we're going to test your knowledge on weather because this week we're learning about weather for reading. So it will say which of these is not a form of precipitation. What is precipitation? It's what falls out of the sky. So rain is precipitation, snow, hail, sleet, but not lightning. And I got it right, so I got a check mark. If I got it wrong, I still get a check mark. Okay, how do you check it? Should look at that. Oh, okay, you have to continue the quiz, and then I'll tell you at the end. Should have looked into that. That's all right. I gave you the first answer. Alrighty. English. If you would like to do the pre-tests, I had, I believe, 2 kiddos so far do the spelling. I'm going to check vocabulary and grammar today. But you need to do the pre-tests by midnight tonight in order to be exempted from assignments or have an alternative schedule. So just keep that in mind. Today you're doing lesson 22.2, and you have 2 assignments that you'll be turning in for your weekly work. Reading your know and like to know, and writing the descriptive poem graphic organizer. So we're still working on weather patterns. So again, unless you were exempted, you're going to practice spelling and vocabulary. We're going to set a purpose for reading this week, and we're reading the story Hurricanes. Then we're going to practice identifying synonyms for adjectives, unless you are exempted from grammar. Then we'll start to pre-write our descriptive weather poems, and we'll finish up the day by learning to connect cursive letters E, L, and F. So spelling, if you were exempted, you're good. If not, then you have an activity. You can either do the rainbow words or any other form of practice that you would like. I'm not collecting it. For vocabulary, again, if you were exempted, move on. If not, you can do the matching activity where you click and drag the word to the definition, or do whatever practice you would like. super slow. All right, reading. So tomorrow we're going to read a passage titled Hurricanes. It is non-fiction. And remember, non-fiction means not fake. Non-fiction, not fake. So it has facts and information. So you will probably learn something new about hurricanes. But what do you think we'll learn about hurricanes? What do you already know about hurricanes? What would you like to learn about hurricanes? So I want you to think about those things. And please do not type in this box because I'm collecting this for your weekly work. So please write it on a Google Doc or a piece of paper. What is one thing you already know about hurricanes? Click next. And what is one thing you would like to know about them? So you have to write those two things down for me. Grammar, unless you were exempted, you're going to practice identifying synonyms. Remember, synonyms mean there's more than one way to describe something the same way. So we used the thesaurus to look up small yesterday, and it said other words that mean small are tiny, meek. So today, for example, she could tell he was mad because he was yelling. What word here also means mad? Happy, laughing, or angry? Well, happy's the exact opposite of mad. Happy's woo, mad is grrr. And laughing you typically do when you're happy, so it must be angry. So you'll do that self-check activity. For writing, you are going to write a descriptive poem by the end of the week. So we will be describing a weather event to someone who has never experienced it before. So yesterday you should have gotten some think time to decide what you would like to talk about. So it should be a weather event that you're already familiar with, and you're going to describe it using sensory details, which are details you notice using one of your 5 senses. So see, hear, smell, taste, touch. So here are some weather events you might want to think about if you haven't decided what you'd like to do already. A snowstorm, a blizzard, sleet or freezing rain, hail, thunderstorm, hurricane, tornado, drought, dust storm, or a flood. Once you've picked your weather event, you're going to start brainstorming some ideas for your poem. So you're going to complete this graphic organizer to help you think of sensory details for your poem. So you're going to write the weather event you chose up here, like the blizzard, a dust storm, a drought. Then you're going to discuss your 5 senses in regards to this weather event. So sight, what does this kind of weather look like? What do you see when it happens? Sound, what does this kind of weather event sound like? What do you hear when it happens? Smell, what does it smell like? What do you smell when this happens? Touch, how does this type of weather feel on your skin or in the air? And taste, what does it taste like? So this one might be a little trouble. So like rain or snow, you could taste water. But you can't really taste a tornado. So this one might be a little tricky. So just try your best here. And I'm going to collect this for your weekly work. So make sure you turn this in and then save it because it'll be helpful when you write your rough draft tomorrow. And then handwriting, and I'm not collecting this. This is on your time to work on connecting E and L, L and F, E and F, E and L and F, and E and F. Pop-ups. All right, Math A. For my Math A kiddos, you're going to go to Splash Learn, round 3-digit numbers to the nearest 100. So we're still reviewing to move on to estimate to add, our lesson for the week. And again, friends, everyone's doing Splash Learn this week. If you don't remember your password, please just let me know. Math B, friends, you're going to practice on IXL, S9, add and subtract money amounts. All right, no science this week. Social studies. We are on page 3 of lesson 21.1, and unfortunately these don't link directly to the pages. So 1, 2, 3. So you're going to read this page, and it says to go to your main lesson book and to draw. So your lesson book is your assignment. Computer's super slow. All right, and that's on page 4. You're going to draw and label items the Kush people produced and traded. So go back to your notes from yesterday and look at your resource list, because you're going to pull from that to draw and label. And you're going to use your imagination to recreate and draw a picture of the port or market at Napata. So that is what you're doing today. And that'll be that. If you have any questions, just let me know.